Hey, on page 17, discount, markup, and sales tax today. So today we're going to be looking at an item. If I'm buying something, guys, quit talking. If I'm buying an item but it's a percentage off, I need to know how much I'm going to pay for that. Okay, so if you've ever gone to the store and seen an item and it's 20% off, you want to know how much you're paying for it because you want to know if it's a good sale or not. Okay, so whether you're doing discount, markup, or sales tax, the process is the same. So the first thing you're always going to do is you're going to change the percent to a decimal. If you forget to do that first step, your whole answer is going to be wrong. You have to change it to a decimal. There will be times that you have a decimal in your percent. You still have to change it to a decimal. Okay, and we'll go over that. Step 2, you're going to multiply the original price times the decimal. And step 3, you're going to add or subtract from the original price. So let's look at an example. Let's say I'm buying a sweater.
Are they called sweaters or sweatshirts?
There's different types. There's both types. There's sweaters and there's sweatshirts. That is $39.95. It's on sale for 25% off. So I want to figure out the price. But before I do that, I want to kind of think about it. If it's 25% off, what is the fraction of 25%?
1/4.
What was it? 1/4. So I'm taking a fourth of the price. So if I'm looking at this, what is this about? $40. So what's a fourth of 40? $10. So I'm taking about $10 off. So when I get my answer, I should be somewhere around $29. Okay? If I'm not, I did something wrong. Okay? So first step says to change my percent to a decimal. So I'm taking 25%, and what would that be as a decimal? Going back, how do you change a percent to a decimal? Move your decimal 2 places to the left. So my decimal starting at the end, so it is 0.25. Notice I'm removing the percent sign. Alright, so I did step 1. Now step 2, I'm taking the original price times the decimal. So I'm taking 39.95 times 0.25. So on your calculator, take 39.95 times 0.25. And we're talking money, so you need to estimate it to the nearest cent. So what's it going to be? What's it going to be to the nearest cent? No, that's not the nearest cent.
9.98.
So 9.99, because this 8 would be the number I'm looking at, and a 7 behind it, 5 or above, give it a shove, so I'd move that 8 up to a 9.
That rhymes.
So 9.99. Okay? Now it says add or subtract from original price. How am I going to know whether I need to add or subtract? Off, so what am I going to do? Subtract. It's a discount. So I'm taking the original price of $39.95 minus $9.99. What do you get when you do that? 30.05. Did you take 39.95 minus 9.99? What'd you get? 29.96. So that sweater that was originally $39.95 at 25% off, I'm now paying $29.96. We said it was going to be about how much?
30.
About $29 to $30. We're pretty close to that. Okay. Now let's buy a pair of sunglasses that are $7, but they are at a 30% markup. Why do stores do markups?
To get more money.
To get more money. What are common items that they do markups on? Over what? Okay, could be. But what are some big items that they might mark up?
Food.
Okay, food. What else?
Milk.
That would be under the food category. What about electronics? Computers, TVs. Do you really think it costs them $500 to make a TV?
Phone.
Phones would be a good one that they mark up. Okay, so this $7, that's what, let's say, Target is paying for the sunglasses. But they need to make money off it, so they're marking that price up 30%. Okay, so $7 is how much Target's paying for it, but they're not going to charge you $7. They're going to charge you this markup price. Okay, so I'm taking my percent and changing it to a decimal. So 30% as a decimal is what? 0.30 or 0.3, either one. I'm taking my original price times my decimal. So I'm taking 7 times 0.3, and what do I get? 2.1, so 2.10. Now am I going to add or subtract? Add, because it's a markup. So I'm taking 7 plus $2.10. So I'm now paying $9.10 for a pair of sunglasses. So Target paid $7 to the company that sold it to them. Target made $2.10 off those sunglasses.
I would charge you more. I would charge you.
Hey, questions on those two?
How do you do tax?
We're going to go over that. But we're going to combine it. So this next one is a little bit different and it's a little bit harder. So, we're buying a board game. The board game is regular $25. It's 15% off, but we have to pay a tax of 6.25%. Okay, so when I'm doing this problem, the first thing I want to look at is just the first part up to the discount. So I'm just going to ignore that tax part right now. I'm not going to pretend that's not even given information. Okay? Because right now it's too much. I don't need that. I need it at the end, but not right now. Okay? So I'm looking at just my 15%, and I'm taking $25 and finding 15% off. So 15% as a decimal would be what? 0.15. Taking my original price of $25 and timesing it by 0.15. Okay? Now am I adding or subtracting? Subtracting. Why am I subtracting? With the percentage off. So 25 minus 3.75. Which gives me what? $21.25. Okay? That's with the 15% off. So now I'm redoing this problem, but now I'm using 6.25% tax. So I'm taking this number and this number. These two I've already used, so I'm going to kind of put an X over them so I know I'm not using those anymore. Okay, I'm using the two circled ones. Because when you have a percentage off or a markup and tax, you're doing two separate problems. So now I'm taking 6.25% and changing it to a decimal. This is where I said some of them might already have a decimal in it. I still have to move that decimal 2 times though to the left. So if I move that decimal 2 times to the left, I end up with 0.0625. Does that make sense what we did? Still taking that decimal, moving it 2 places to the left. Now when I times, I'm using that new price. So I'm using $21.25 times my 0.0625, rounding it to the nearest cent. So I've got 1.328. So the 8 tells me to do what?
Give it a shove.
Give it a shove. So I'm going up to 1.33. So now again, I'm taking that new sale price and I'm adding my total to that. Because tax means I'm adding. So when I add that, 22.58.